Welcome to this week's learning moment. As always, the learning moment is written down below in the description, so if you need a refresher, that's where it is. This week we're going to talk about Samir, the other manager who Elsa is kind of coaching on development of employees. And as always, please go in and like and comment on this and tell me what you're thinking of this particular situation. The first thing Elsa recognizes or would recognize is that Samir doesn't really understand his role as a manager in the development process, which as a newer manager, that's not unusual. But Samir's role is to help the employee understand what skills they want to grow in, either for their current role or whatever their desired next role would be. His role is also to know what the organization needs. What skill sets does the department need to meet its goals? What does the organization need as a whole? And the third thing he needs to really understand is the strengths and weaknesses of that individual. What are they good at? What are they not good at? Now, everybody's got a little different philosophy on this, but the current thinking that's out there a lot is we should be helping people build their strengths. In other words, take what you're good at now and build on that. Your weaknesses are going to be your weaknesses, and you can try and get them a little better, but you're never going to make that big jump. So focus on your strengths. So when you think about what the employee wants, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and what the organization needs, you can start to give guidance. And you can say, based on what I've seen, you may want to work on this. Or the organization would really benefit from this. Or in your next role, what are the skills you need? And try and find that alignment. When you can find that win-win-win for those three things, that's the sweet spot. Now, the big thing that Samir needs to learn is he doesn't have to be the expert. And that's where his mind kind of got messed up. He's like, I don't know what these things are, but he doesn't have to be the expert. And he has to realize that's not his role in the development process. So his role really is to provide the resources that person needs. Once they've defined the skill, can you get them a class? Can you get them a book? Can you connect them to another person? Podcast, whatever it is, but get them the support they need. So you may need to shell out some money. You may need to connect them with someone. You may need to have them research to figure out what it is, right? And then Samir's last role really in that is to hold them accountable. So if they say, I want to learn Excel and I'm going to, go take this class online, say, okay, by when? And then when they've done it, and when that day comes, are you done? No, and hold them accountable. So development isn't his job necessarily to teach. His job is really to help them define it. His job is to help them find the resources and get them as he can, and then hold them accountable. That's where he's struggling, is he's thinking, I need to know this stuff, and he doesn't. That's the key part of development. So really, once Elsa's kind of walked through that with Samir, she can point out to him very clearly that he already has the skill set he needs to do this. We're not asking him to do something new or unusual or strange. We're simply saying, have these conversations. Use the knowledge you do have. Don't try and get knowledge you don't have or fake it, even worse. So that's this week's thoughts on Elsa's learning moment. Please, in the comments, let me know what you think, or if you've been in this situation, what you've done in the past. Go be a great manager.